Hey, welcome back to Rehab Chronicles. I'm on my lunch break, gonna take some time to catch up on the alcohol experiment, the daily journal that I'm keeping. This is the companion book to This Naked Mind. You can find a link to their website and more information about it in the description. All right, so day 5 of the alcohol experiment is titled, What Are Cravings Really? And the quote of the day is, Knowledge renders belief obsolete, by Nana Jane. Okay, so we already know that it can take up to a week for alcohol to leave your system. So that's as long as the physical cravings should be expected to last. And then we covered in day 4 some of the reasons for lingering cravings, and those can be mental and emotionally based. We've covered cognitive dissonance being when your conscious mind and your subconscious are in disagreement about something. For example, you make a conscious decision to quit smoking, but your subconscious still craves cigarettes. It says here, your desires originate from your subconscious mind, and a craving is a desire. So, the internal battle. It's much better to be completely present and mindful during a craving. And I learned from a friend of mine who's a hypnotherapist that if you can push through a craving, it may take you maybe 15 minutes, it may take you 5 minutes, but when you push through it, your body naturally rewards yourself with a shot of dopamine. Okay, and I'm just gonna skip through to the key points that I underlined and circled. This one's kind of lighthearted, but I really liked this section called You Have a Choice. And she's speaking as a mother. This is an example that her friend actually gave her. But she's comparing the subconscious mind to a child rather than an enemy. You know, you wouldn't beat your child if it were sick. So we shouldn't beat ourselves up if our subconscious desires are unhealthy. And a good friend of hers, she says, when her kids are nagging, we'll go into duck mode, which means that she'll tell her kids she's going into duck mode, and there's no way that they're going to get what they're asking for. In this example, her kids are asking for ice cream. Goes, can I have an ice cream, Mom? That ice cream sure looks good. Look, a gas station. Don't you need gas, Mom? I bet they have ice cream inside. What's your favorite ice cream, Mom? I like chocolate. You know what would make Dad happy? A surprise ice cream. So that, who hasn't been there, either with your kid or with your subconscious, just looking for any reason, any excuse to get you to give in to your craving? Well, maybe next time that happens, you can tell your mind that you've gone into duck mode. So the day 5 journal questions: describe your cravings. How exactly do your cravings feel? I wrote itchy, tense, mouth-watering, mental fixation, plotting, as in, okay, well, maybe I can get it if I do this, or maybe if I do that, then I'll be able to reward myself with a drink. Taste recall, irritability, begin questioning why I can't seem to take my mind off of the craving in the first place, focus in on the past despite my conscious efforts to look forward. And the good news, at least in my life, has been that since reading This Naked Mind and since starting the alcohol experiment, for the first time I can ever remember, I'm not living in the past. I'm living in the moment, and I'm loving every moment. It's not always full of excitement, but it's full of equanimity and balance, and I do love and appreciate that and cherish it. So journal entry number 2, the stories your cravings tell you. We all have the little kid asking for ice cream inside of us. What does your little kid say to get you to give in to a drink? Mine says, and this is a true story, you can't fight me, Brian. If you do, you will lose and not get to enjoy the drink. Make a conscious decision to give in to me, Brian, and to obey it. Enjoy it, give in and enjoy that drink. You can always try again to resist tomorrow, Brian. Besides, you will feel better, and your brain is too warped from alcohol to have executive function without it. Wow. Talk about some negative self-talk there. And I just want to say that I'm really grateful that in my sobriety I can read and focus and have better recall than I have in years. So entry number 3, are these stories true? Now this would be step 2 of her ACT technique, awareness, clarity, turnaround. Awareness being when we become aware of our long-term beliefs, our long-held beliefs, and step 2, clarity, being questioning the validity of those beliefs. And that's all to build up to step 3, T, the turnaround, which is where we reprogram our subconscious beliefs and desires. So number 3, are these stories true? Now take a minute to ask yourself, if these stories are true, who would you be without these stories? What would life feel like without these stories? I wrote false. The stories are false. Reading, meditation, patience, and exercise restore balance and contentment, intelligence, and articularity. So I didn't have much to say, but that really sums everything up for me. And then just to pick one of the reflections from alcoholexperiment.com, Tammy says, last night my husband had a bottle of wine in the fridge. Told him to go ahead. I didn't want any. There was no craving, no thoughts of missing out. Now that reminds me of the day I got out of jail. I had 24 hours to report to this rehab program, and my girlfriend, God bless her, well, I don't want to get her in trouble, but we did go grocery shopping that night, and of course I wanted to get some wine. Of course I wanted to. And part of me was saying, I deserved it. I earned it. After being in jail for 40 days, who wouldn't need a drink to chill out? But when I didn't give in to that, I got that reward of dopamine, my body and my mind saying, good job, Brian. Thank you, Brian. And long term, I got a morale boost, a boost to my willpower, my determination. Get to watch and feel myself accomplishing something that I didn't know if I could do. And it was as simple as walking through a grocery store, knowing I had all this access to wine, and knowing there'd be no real consequence, other than just letting myself down and letting my girlfriend down. And I'm very, very glad that I didn't give in that night. It's helped a lot, because now I know I can continue to not give in the future. All right. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and feel free to share this.